Dear beloved soul, it's wonderful that you're here. I'm so grateful something guided you to this message today. Whether you've tuned in before or this is your first time, please know it's no accident you're encountering this message. Something special is happening in your life story. The angels have brought you here for a reason. They're the message from a higher place that's been waiting to touch your heart. And today, we're going to explore it together. You are about to be surprised in ways you never saw coming. Yes, you. The angels are announcing a shift, a divinely guided turnaround, a powerful moment of unexpected good things. What you're about to experience will help make sense of everything you've been going through. So, try to stick with this message, because what you hear today might be the very sign you've been hoping for. But before we dive deeper, I want to invite you to become part of this growing spiritual family. If you feel a connection, I invite you to open your heart to these words. This way, you'll always be open to words spoken to your spirit from that divine source. There's more good news coming, and we wouldn't want you to miss your moment. Now, as we begin, I want you to do something powerful. If it feels right, just say to yourself, or even out loud, I receive. When you declare that in faith, you're agreeing with the good words being spoken for your life. You're saying, yes, I believe this word is for me. So, go ahead and affirm I receive right now. Let your faith make room for the surprise that heaven is about to reveal. Now, dear one, I want you to just breathe for a moment. Let go of any tension. Quiet your thoughts. I want you to hear this as if it's being whispered directly to your heart. The angels say, you are about to be surprised, and this is what you can expect. There are times when God's actions aren't obvious, but God's love is always there. You might not have seen clear signs of movement lately. It might feel like your prayers have met silence. But I hear the Spirit say, I've been preparing things behind the scenes. What seemed like a delay was actually divine protection and getting things ready. What's coming isn't small. It's not subtle. It's not even something you would have known to ask for. The surprise heading your way will leave you speechless in the best possible way. You won't be able to explain it logically. It'll only make sense through faith. The angels show me you've been tested in a quiet season. There have been people around you who didn't understand your path. You might have even questioned it yourself. But, dear one, let me tell you, heaven never forgot the promise over your life. Not once. The vision wasn't canceled. It was just under construction. Remember what the scripture says in Isaiah 43 verse 19. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. That's exactly what's happening now. A new thing, a breakthrough where you thought it was over. The angels say there's going to be a surprise reunion for someone listening. Someone who strayed is being guided back. This might be someone you once cared for deeply, someone who disappeared without a word. But God is saying, I am not finished writing that chapter. What was left unfinished is about to be completed. Peace is coming to that situation. The surprise also involves resources. A financial increase is being arranged even now. A contract, a business opportunity, a job offer, or even inheritance will find its way to you. And it's not just for you. It's going to bless others through you. You've been faithful with little, and now you're being trusted with more. Proverbs 18 verse 12 tells us, before destruction, a person's heart is proud, and before honor comes humility. You've walked through humbling times. You've known what it feels like to be overlooked. But the angels say, now it's your time to be honored. Expect doors to open without you having to knock. People you've never met will mention your name in important places. Expect favor that feels almost undeserved because God is about to surprise you with what you didn't earn but were destined for. Someone listening right now is worried about their living situation. You might be in transition or praying for a safe place. The angels are showing me a move, but not one that will leave you stranded. This move is an upgrade. This is God placing you in a new environment that matches your new self. You've outgrown your old surroundings. The surprise here is you didn't lose a place. You gain a promise. Matthew 6 verse 33 reminds us, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and God's righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. That all these things part is what's being activated in your life right now. You've sought God first. You've worshiped when you felt weak. You gave when you had little. You believed when it was hard. And now the addition is coming. Expect to receive what others thought you didn't qualify for. The angels say, your name is being whispered in divine circles. You're about to be called, chosen, elevated, and repositioned. A sudden shift is coming that will reveal the truth about your purpose. And I need to tell you this. The surprise won't come in the package you expect. Don't limit God's power to what you can recognize. The miracle might wear a disguise. Stay in tune with your spirit. Your intuition will be your compass. Jeremiah 33 verse 3 says, call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. Yes, that includes hidden things, things you never knew were being prepared for you. Dear one, you've been sowing quietly, faithfully, perhaps without applause. But God saw every tear, every act of obedience, every time you showed up for others, even while you were hurting. And here's what the angels want you to know. The harvest is coming, and it's coming in an unexpected form. You're about to be surprised by joy. You are about to be surprised by restoration. You are about to be surprised by divine timing that shows up at what seems like the very last second, and yet it will be right on time. Someone needs to hear. This, the rejection was protection. What you thought was a loss was really a redirection. Don't mourn what walked away. Something better is walking in, and it will arrive suddenly. Romans 8 verse 28 promises us this. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to God's purpose. You didn't miss it. You didn't ruin it. And you're not too late. The God who started your story has already written your next chapter. And the next page begins with a surprise that will change everything. You might be saying, but I don't see it yet. And that's okay. Remember Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not already moving toward you. Faith sees what your eyes cannot. And let me tell you this because the angels are making it clear. The person listening who feels forgotten, you are not forgotten. You are hidden for now, but not forgotten. You are preserved, not punished. You are being prepared in secret for a public revealing. Just as David was anointed long before he was appointed, so too are you being equipped in private before you are elevated in public. The surprise will touch every area of your life. It will heal what broke you. It will restore what left you. It will elevate you without explanation, and you will stand back and say, only God could have done this. Psalm 126 verses 5 to 6 speaks to this. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. The one that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing their sheaves with them. Your season of weeping is turning into a season of reaping. And that reaping will begin with the surprise heaven has tailor-made for you. Now, if you felt this word confirming something in your spirit, I want to invite you again, if it feels right, to affirm in your heart, I'm ready. That simple act is also a way of saying to heaven, I'm open. And perhaps affirm to yourself, before we continue, blessed and ready, because that's exactly what you are. And dear one, as your heart opens more to the Spirit, you'll begin to sense what others miss. You'll feel the gentle nudge in your soul when God is about to do something new. You'll sense the stillness before the miracle, the peace before the promise, and sometimes, yes, the chaos before the breakthrough. These moments are not random. They are designed, they are ordered, and they are speaking. This surprise on its way to you may not come wrapped in gold or revealed dramatically. It might show up as a quiet opportunity, a conversation that shifts your path, a divine connection, or maybe even a test that reveals how much you've grown in faith and patience. It may be something you've prayed for, or something even better that you never knew to ask for. Remember Ephesians 3 verse 20 tells us that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. That means your expectations are just the beginning. God's surprises exceed them. You might not see it yet, but something is aligning. God has heard the silent prayers, the whispered hopes, and the angels are moving on your behalf. The Spirit says you are not forgotten. You have not been ignored. There's something about the way you kept believing through the trials that has positioned you for a surprise reward. Have you noticed how God sometimes waits until the moment you stop trying to figure it out and simply surrender? That's when movement happens. That's when the door swings open. The angels are saying, "Be still. Stay ready." The surprise is already scheduled. You don't need to chase it. You only need to stay in position. Isaiah 30 verse 18 says, "Therefore, the Lord longs to be gracious to you. Therefore, God rises to show you compassion. For the Lord is a God of justice. Blessed are all who wait for God." Dear one, this surprise will not only bless you, it will shift how you see yourself. It will remind you of your value, your divine identity. God has been teaching you to expect more because God has been preparing you for more. You've outgrown what used to fit. You're stepping into a new spiritual size where your spirit can breathe, where your gifts are welcomed, and where your worth is not questioned. The old version of you wouldn't have handled this next blessing. But the new you, the healed you, the you that has walked through fire and still prays boldly, you are ready. I want you to receive this in your spirit. You don't have to force what's next. You only need to flow with the Spirit. The angels are making preparations behind the scenes, arranging divine meetings and blessings that have your name on them. These aren't ordinary moments. They're sacred appointments. You won't miss them if you remain aligned with faith, gratitude, and trust. Now, let's pause for a moment, not in fear or doubt, but in reverence. Because when heaven speaks, the wise listen. And the angels are speaking clearly right now. They're saying that within the next 7 to 14 days, some of you will receive a confirmation, a clue, or even the actual surprise. It may be something physical like a check in the mail, a job offer, or a move. For others, it may be an internal shift, a deep, undeniable knowing that something has changed. Yes, you've had days where you almost gave up. Nights when your pillow held the tears no one knew about. You've said, "God, how much longer?" You've asked, "When will it be my turn?" And you've seen others receive their blessings while you waited in silence. But the angels are whispering now, your turn is coming, and it will come quickly. Habakkuk 2 verse 3 promises, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time. It hastens toward the goal, and it will not fail. Though it tarries, wait for it, for it will certainly come, it will not delay." Some of you may be in a season of hiddenness right now. You feel overlooked, unseen. But let me tell you this, God hides those being prepared. God covers what is being crafted. And when it is time, nothing and no one can block your unveiling. The surprise that is about to enter your life isn't just for your comfort. It's for your calling. It's for your clarity. It's for your confidence. And it's coming. Angels have seen how hard you've worked. They've witnessed your silent obedience. The times you gave even when you were barely holding on. The times you forgave when it was easier to hold a grudge. The times you praised when it felt like nothing was changing. You may not even realize it, but that obedience created a ripple in the spiritual realm. And now blessings are echoing back to you. Some of you will be surprised by restoration. A relationship you thought was over may be revived, but only if it serves your growth and your destiny. Others will be surprised by a financial breakthrough. Unexpected provision will come from a source you didn't even consider. It will feel like it came out of nowhere, but it didn't. It came from heaven. And for some, the surprise will be love. A special connection you didn't think existed anymore will appear. And this person will not only care for you, they will understand your soul. This is why you couldn't settle. Why you had to walk away from what looked good, but didn't feel divinely sent. Because the real thing, the divine thing, is coming. And it will surprise you how easy, how peaceful, and how right it feels. Proverbs 10 verse 22 reminds us, "The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it." This doesn't mean you won't work or sacrifice. It means that what is from God carries a peace the world cannot give. So, if you're taking this in, I want you to declare this in your heart right now. Blessed and ready. Yes, blessed because you're chosen. Ready because you are aligned. This declaration isn't just words, it's an agreement. When you affirm it, you're not just thinking, you're testifying. You're stepping into spiritual agreement with a prophetic promise that something good, something divine, something entirely unexpected is on its way to you. Sometimes surprises from God come with a shift. People may move out of your life. A door you were holding open too long may close. Don't fear the loss. The angels want you to know that divine subtraction often leads to divine multiplication. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. Isaiah 43 verse 19 says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Dear one, the new thing is already in motion." You may not perceive all of it yet, but the roots are breaking through. The soil of your past is giving way to the seeds of your future. This surprise will confirm what your spirit already knows, that God has not forgotten you, that every delay was divine, that every detour was a setup, that your name is still on heaven's list. I know you've probably grown tired. You've fought battles in silence. You've poured from an empty cup. But don't you give up now. You're closer than you think. The last few feet of the journey are often the hardest because negativity knows you're about to step into promise. But the angels are surrounding you. The Spirit is strengthening you, and your obedience is working for you. Psalm 30 verse 5 declares, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." For someone listening right now, your morning is closer than you think. You may not even realize that the sun is already rising in your situation, that the darkness you've been walking through is lifting. And that surprise, that divine turnaround, it's going to remind you of who you are and who your God has always been. God is still the God of suddenly. The God of Joseph who turned a prisoner into a leader in one day. The God of Ruth who turned a grieving widow into a cherished partner. The God of Paul who turned a persecutor into a prophet. And it's the same God who is writing your story right now. This isn't just inspiration, it's revelation. So listen with your spirit. God is saying that what you are about to walk into will make sense of what you've walked through. This surprise won't just be a moment. It will be a marker, a turning point, a divine reminder that God is still in control, still working behind the scenes, still faithful to every promise spoken over your life. Angels have been dispatched, doors are being opened, delays are being reversed, and what you thought was over is being reborn. What felt like an ending is becoming your beginning. If this is speaking directly to your spirit, perhaps take a moment to acknowledge that feeling. It's not just about feelings. It helps connect with messages of hope, healing, and heavenly direction. Every moment of recognition, every heartfelt agreement becomes part of a ripple that reaches someone in their hour of need. Maybe someone like you. And don't forget, if this message is confirming what you've already been feeling, feel free to return to this source for more divine revelations, more insights that will help you walk by faith and not by sight. And as we continue, take a deep breath and receive this in your spirit. Everything God is preparing for you is coming together, not by accident, but by divine order. What you've been waiting for is already in motion. And not only is it coming, it's coming at the perfect time. The angels want you to know that even the waiting season wasn't wasted. In fact, the waiting was part of the surprise. You see, when you thought God was silent, God was actually organizing. When you felt alone, angels were surrounding you. When you felt like nothing was moving, heaven was shifting things behind the scenes. Every not yet from God was a get ready. Every delay was a divine reset. And now, dear one, your life is aligning with a surprise that's not just going to bless you, but redefine how you see favor, how you experience love, how you walk in purpose. This surprise might come through a person, someone you've not even met yet, or someone from the past returning with new wisdom and a transformed spirit. It may arrive as provision, a business idea, a new job, a financial breakthrough that opens up options you never thought you'd have. For some, it'll be the healing you've prayed for. The pain you thought would never go away will lift, and peace will take its place. You'll feel it first in your spirit, a sudden calm. Then in your emotions, a new hope. Then in your environment, things starting to shift. Watch how people begin to treat you differently. Watch how old relationships begin to either fade or strengthen with clarity. You'll see that those who are assigned to your next level will naturally be drawn to you, while those who can't go with you will quietly drift away. Don't resist it. That's part of the surprise, too. The angels are showing me that some of you are about to walk into spaces you never thought you'd enter. Conversations will happen that you once only dreamed of. A stranger may become the means God uses to open a door that's been locked for years. And when it happens, don't question your worthiness. Don't hesitate. Step into it boldly. This is the moment you've been prepared for. It's no accident that you're encountering this message right now. The Spirit led you here. You've been receiving signs, numbers, dreams, songs, messages like this one. And now it's time to pay attention. You're not just going through life anymore. You're being guided, elevated, taught how to manage the new level that's coming. Some of you will notice that your desires are changing. What used to excite you no longer does. You're craving peace, not noise. Truth, not surface-level talk. Divine alignment, not just human connection. That's because God is upgrading your spirit. Your intuition is increasing. You're no longer content with crumbs when God has prepared table. This surprise, it's not random. It's a result of faith, a result of obedience, a reward for the tears you cried in silence, for the choices you made in private to stay faithful, to stay kind, to stay rooted in good principles. The world may not have seen those moments, but heaven did. And now it's heaven's turn to respond. And dear one, when it comes, it won't just be one thing. It'll be a series of blessings, a chain reaction of answered prayers. Things you forgot you even prayed for will begin to appear. Doors you didn't even knock on will open. And peace, deep soul-level peace, will become your new normal. You'll notice something else, too. The more you trust God, the less anxious you'll feel. The more you surrender, the more you'll receive. The more you give thanks for what's on the way, the faster it comes. Gratitude is a magnet for miracles. Start thanking God now, even before the surprise fully arrives. Praise is your preparation. Some of you may feel like you're not ready, like your past disqualifies you, like your mistakes are too many. But listen, grace covers what guilt wants to expose. Mercy rewrites what shame tries to hold over your head. You're not disqualified. You are chosen. You are redeemed. You are still the one God wants to bless. And to those who feel like they've been forgotten, the angels want to remind you of this. Even when others overlook you, God sees you. Even when people walk away, God draws near. Even when doors close, God builds new ones. You haven't been overlooked. You've been hidden for protection and preparation. But now the covering is lifting. It's time for the unveiling. So prepare your heart. Clean out the spiritual clutter. Forgive those you've been holding in your heart. Release bitterness. Let go of old disappointments. Because what's coming can't be received with full hands. You have to let go of the old to receive the new. You have to trust that what God has next is not only better, it's right. And for those who have felt stuck in cycles, stuck in fear, stuck in places where nothing grows, this is your message. The cycle is breaking. The pattern is ending. The shift is starting, and the surprise is on the way. But don't just wait for it. Worship for it. Don't just wish for it. Walk like it's already yours. Because in the Spirit, it already is. Right now, as you're listening, I encourage you to speak life, speak faith. Declare, something good is coming to me. I receive heaven's surprise. I am ready for God's best. When you speak it, you activate it. When you believe it, you prepare for it. And when you prepare, you receive. The angels are saying some of you will have confirmation within 72 hours. For others, it may take a few weeks, but you'll know. There will be no confusion. There will be no striving. The doors that are for you will open smoothly. The blessings meant for you will find you with peace. And the people who are assigned to walk with you will come with clarity and love. This surprise will not just be material. It will be spiritual, emotional, transformational. It will bring laughter back to your life. It will restore hope in your soul. It will soften the places that became hardened from past pain. And it will remind you deeply and clearly that God is still writing your story. So hold on, dear one. Don't give up now. Don't settle. Don't let negativity convince you that nothing is coming. That's the biggest lie. Because something is coming. And not just something small, but something that will echo into your future. Something that will confirm everything the Spirit has whispered to your heart. Something that will bless not just you, but generations after you. You are chosen, you are favored, you are covered, and you are about to be surprised in the most beautiful way. If this message touched your heart, please consider sharing it with someone who needs a word of encouragement today. Maybe a friend, a family member, someone who feels like giving up. Be the one who spreads light in their darkness. And don't forget to come back for more messages like this. Feel free to return if you feel guided, so you don't miss the next message the angels might send your way. You are a part of this community now, one of faith, of hope, of divine alignment. If you love what's being shared here, if these messages bless you, comfort you, or help you hear from a higher source more clearly, please consider showing your support for this work. Any gesture of gratitude is deeply appreciated and helps continue creating and sharing these divine messages, allowing them to reach more hearts with heaven's wisdom. Thank you for spending this sacred time here. You are loved, you are covered, and you are never, ever alone. Until next time, stay faithful, stay expectant, and stay ready because heaven's surprise is closer than you think. Blessings to you. Amen.